given a game if he's shows that much potential. I mean, I'm not telling David Moyes what to do. Please don't say that I'm telling him what to do. But if he's that talented, he should be involved in some way. The other way players should be getting involved is to go out on loan, and because young boys need to play men's football, because it's no good playing in age group football and then suddenly going age group football straight in the first team, because that's not realistic. It occasionally happens, very occasionally happens, like with Joe Cole. Joe Cole never went out on loan, but Michael Carrick did, Rio Ferdinand did, Michael Carrick did, and so on. Mark Noble did. They all went out on loan.
Jermaine Defoe broke records. He broke scoring records at Bournemouth.
Yeah, down at Bournemouth. Yeah, I was at Cambridge when he scored his 10th goal in his 10th game, so I remember it well. And so they need to go out and play men's football to prove and show what they can cope with that, and then come back and use that. I mean, look at Harry Kane. I mean, I was listening to a podcast the other day. Harry Kane, he was going everywhere on loan. He went to Norwich on loan, Leighton Orient on loan, and 2 or 3 other clubs on loan. And he got his chance in the Europa Cup, scored a couple of goals, and should we say the rest is history? Record goal scorer now for Tottenham. So there are ways and means to sort of test these boys' abilities without, if you like, and I'll put this in inverted commas, without weakening your team in terms of putting him in the first team, hoping they cope and keeping your fingers crossed. Because really, the bottom line is you never know how good they are until you put them in. You never know. I've always quoted before, Glenn Roeder was the manager, God rest his soul, and we were struggling. It was the year we got relegated, but we were struggling. He had no right back. The centre forward was injured. He was playing Ian Pearce up front, who was a centre half. And he said to me, is Glenn Johnson good enough to play? And he'd been on loan to Millwall, and I went to watch him on loan at Millwall a couple of times, and he didn't uproot too many trees. But I thought if a West Ham player copes playing for Millwall, and the stick Millwall crowd would give him, because he's a West Ham player, because there's not too much love lost between the two clubs, put him in, he ain't going to be fazed by it. So I said to Glenn Roeder I said, Glenn, you'll never know until you put him in. And he put him in the team, and he was a revelation. Played without fear, because everyone else was nervous, playing with fear. We were bottom of the league or thereabouts. And he put him in the team, and we never looked back as far as his development was concerned. We still got relegated on 42 points, which is a record to this day. No one's ever got relegated on 42 points since. So, but that's by the by. This is just me bemoaning West Ham's time at that period of time. And Glenn went on and played all the rest of the season in the first team. We got relegated, and you know what happened? We sold him to Chelsea.
Yeah.
So for whatever it was, about £6-7 million or so. So those are the routes for me. Loans, get them in the squad, see what they can do, get them training with the first team, see what they can do. Hopefully in the Europa Cup, there may be opportunities. I know a lot of the boys last year played. Connor Coventry played. One or two other names. Alessi played. I mean, I had a lot of hope for Alessi when I left.
Even this season, Ollie Scarles played out in Bucharest, and he looked a real prospect. Ollie Scarles, I'm really excited about him.
Yeah,
I'm keen to hear what you were going to say there about Alessi, though, because what was your kind of thoughts on him?
Yeah, I mean, when I left West Ham, he was an under 15. He was like 14, 15 years old. And he was playing in the under 18s as a 15-year-old. And for a under 15 schoolboy to be playing in the under 18s, that's him. And he really impressed me. And at Christmas time, he got injured and he never played for the rest of that season. And I always felt this kid's got a chance. He's really got a chance, this kid. And then he got injured, and then I left. I left, under whatever circumstances, I left. And I always followed Adji, and I said, this kid's got a chance, this kid. He's really got a chance. So really, up until I left, I thought he was on the right trajectory. What happened since, I don't know. I'm not blaming anybody. Perhaps he didn't develop anymore. Perhaps his injury set him back. I don't know. But
funnily enough, I was watching him live before I came onto this show. He was playing in the FA Cup replay for Sunderland against Fulham, and he looked.
Yeah. That saddens me to hear that, really, to be honest.
Well, to be honest, Tony, I remember myself as a fan watching him. A couple of years ago, we started playing friendlies at the same time, so 2 friendlies at once in the summer, and we sent half the squad over to Ipswich Town and then half a squad over to Wycombe Wanderers.